Dynamite Daniel Dubois is back against Anthony Joshua. But who is the favourite? Well, the bookies have gone with Anthony Joshua, which obviously makes a lot of sense because Joshua is the more experienced fighter. He's had a long career. He's older than Daniel Dubois. He's beaten Klitschko, Pulev. He's beaten Ruiz. He's been in there with Usyk twice. Beaten Joseph Parker. Beaten Dillian White, of course. He's had a long career. He's got some big names on his record. So I can see why AJ is coming in the favourite. Are the bookies underestimating Daniel Dubois? Well, I think in terms of recent form, you'd have to say Daniel Dubois is in better form. Daniel Dubois has beaten and stopped, by the way, Miller and Filip Hrgović. Filip Hrgović, who was named as one of the danger men of the whole division. And Dubois was an underdog in that fight. And I think he was braver than Anthony Joshua against Usyk. I think Daniel Dubois knew, in order to beat Alexander Usyk, you have to knock him out. So I think Daniel Dubois had more heart in that fight against Usyk, because he went in there saying, look, I might get knocked out, but if I win this, I'm going to have to knock you out. And he got close, right? He dropped Usyk, but it was deemed a low blow. Many people think it wasn't a low blow. Whereas AJ, for the two fights against him, he tried to outbox him. Whereas what we know from fighting Usyk is over 12 rounds, you are not going to outbox this man. You have to try and knock him out. And AJ didn't do that either time against Usyk. But you have to say, AJ is looking very dangerous. Obviously, he had his two comeback fights, one against the American bloke and the other against Hellenius, which I think you just kind of write off because his confidence was quite low at the time. He got the job done in both. Hellenius not world class. The guy he fought before that, obviously a good fighter, nearly beat Dillian White. But probably someone you'd expect Joshua to get out of there. But look, Joshua deserves a lot of credit for his win against Volin. Volin took Tyson Fury to a very dark place, nearly beat him. And AJ got him out of there in 5 rounds. And with Ngannou, although, you know, he got exposed for being an MMA fighter, look, AJ, you know, knocked him out maliciously and did a much better job on him than Tyson Fury. So AJ's name has a lot of credit because look how well he's done against Tyson Fury's former opponents who gave him a very tough time. But Dubois is looking very good. As I say, he finished, well, he got the TKO win against Big Baby Miller, who's, you know, a tough unit, is going to come and walk you down. He looked pretty done halfway through, but he went to that dark place, got him out of there. Same with Hrgović. He exposed Hrgović for being arrogant. He thought because he'd had success against Dubois in previous sparring sessions that he would beat Dubois. How wrong he was. So, what is my prediction? Initially, I had a very bad gut feeling for Dubois. I was like, oh, I think this is too soon for Dubois. It's a bit too risky. He doesn't want 3 losses on his record at such a young age. His previous 2 being Joyce and Usyk, of course. And he very nearly lost to another guy early in his career. He got like 3 knockdowns, but made it through to knock the other guy once, and then the fight was stopped. So he did get a bit lucky in that fight. But after that initial gut reaction pass, I was like, no, I think he has a chance. Because the thing with AJ is, we've never seen anyone put it on him. Not since Ruiz, where he lost. So I think that is the task for AJ. How is he going to react when someone puts it on him? I guess the argument is Ngannou tried to, but just couldn't. The other guys before him just weren't on the level. So I think that's the only thing you have to say for AJ. When someone puts it on him, how is he going to react? And Dubois is definitely going to put it on him. We learned that from Hrgović. And Dubois looked very strong in like the little face-off they had. He didn't let AJ rattle him. If anything, he got under AJ's skin a bit, saying, look, let's fight right now. He looked very strong, Dubois. He didn't seem kind of overcome by the occasion. But I guess with his fights in Saudi under his belt, his fight with Usyk, he's used to being in there with top competitors now. And obviously Hrgović and Big Baby Miller. He's used to being an underdog, and he's used to being in there with top competitors now. So I think it's going to be a very good fight. I think AJ will have too much with Ben Davidson, but I think Dubois got a good chance. I think it's a very exciting fight, and it's a very good undercard as well. Obviously, we're expecting this now in Riyadh season, and it's just a shame it's taken so long for this to happen, because you think this is what undercards really should look like. You know, it should be the best fight in the best. I think for me, the fight I'm most excited for is Willie Hutchinson versus Josh Boazzi. Like, Willie Hutchinson put a beat down on Craig Richards, did better against him than Bivol did, and Boazzi. Obviously, styles make fights, so stylistically, Richards could have just been really good for Hutchinson, and Boazzi might not be as good, but I think it's a very good fight. Is it too soon for Hutchinson? I don't think so. You know, he's beaten Richards. I think the step up from Richards, I think, is a Boazzi or a Yard or a Callum Smith. So I think it's a good fight, and I think it's coming at the right time for both fighters. Obviously, it's a shame that Yard isn't. I think he's having contractual issues at the moment, so it's a shame Yard isn't fighting anyone. But still, it's looking like it's going to be a very exciting undercard. So yeah, there are my thoughts on AJ versus Dubois. Obviously, initially I had a very bad gut feeling for this about Dubois, but on reflection, I think it's a pretty even contest. I think both fighters have a good chance. As I say, I'd favour AJ because of the experience, but it's looking like it's going to be a very heated affair. You know, both fighters, they just look angry. You know, they're both fighters. Obviously, they both can box, but I think they've both got that, like, I want to knock you out anger inside them. Something that maybe like a Usyk, who kind of just loves the art of boxing. You know, he doesn't have that, you know, ferocity inside him. Or maybe he does and just doesn't show it as much. But, you know, two angry, you know, ferocious men. I think it's going to be a very exciting fight. A good build-up. All British title fight. I feel like they should have, like, vacated the belt and just had them fight for it instead of giving it to Dubois. But it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, the rightful winner is going to come out at the end of this. So, yeah. Leave me your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of the fight? What do you think of the undercard? Who do you think is going to win? Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.